It's talking about the Middle Passage. The Middle Passage is where they were taking Africans from Africa over to the new country in the Americas. Here at the bottom of page 154, it says, "Some wet and blowing weather have occasioned the portholes to be shut and grating to be covered. Fluxes and fevers among the Negroes resulted. While they were in this situation, my profession requiring it, I frequently went down among them till at length their apartments became so extremely hot as to be only sufferable for a very short time. But the excessive heat was not only the thing that rendered their situation intolerable. The deck, that is the floor of their rooms, was so covered with the blood and mucus which had proceeded from them in consequence of the flux that it resembled a slaughterhouse. It is not in the power of the human imagination to picture a situation more dreadful and disgusting. Numbers of the slaves had fainted. They were carried on deck, where several of them died, and the rest were with difficulty restored. It nearly proved fatal to me also."
Yeah. Yeah, it's
just a little inside of what it looked like on the inside of those bottom of those ships when they were transporting them. Honestly, man, I don't even know how they even survived passage in those conditions.
It was absolutely rough, and I'm with you. And he's right. It's hard to even imagine to being confined in such spaces. And, that Middle Passage was not like a couple of miles. It was like 50 plus days it took them to get from one side to the other, if you will, to have to live like that. And so 155, I'm just going to read that little excerpt as well, too, in the middle of the page there. "When the ship reached the harbor, the cargo came up on deck to be bought." And these are the slaves he's talking about. "The purchasers examined them for defects, looked at the teeth, pinched the skin, sometimes tasted the perspiration to see if the slave's blood was pure and his health as good as his appearance. Some of the women affected a curiosity, the indulgence of which, with a horse, would have caused them to be kicked 20 yards across the deck. But the slaves had to stand it. Then, in order to restore dignity which might have been lost by too intimate an examination, the purchaser spat in the face of the slave. Having become the property of his owner, he was branded on both sides of the breast with a hot iron. His duties were explained by an interpreter, and a priest instructed him in the first principles of Christianity." Just a crazy ass scene. Excuse my language, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's
7,900 embarked, over 2,000. 26% were.
Yes.
70%
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's disgusting what they did. I mean, they
And so-
got, on 155, it was very devastating. Surviving the ship, getting examined like livestock. They get sold, they got branded, then they got taught Christianity.
Yeah, all at the same time.
Unknown country, unknown religion, everything.
Yeah.
Unknown.
Everything.
Completely
Everything.
dehumaned and humiliated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is just a brief. Not a brief. This is just not even a snippet, if you will, of all the horrors that went on, and that what went on that ship. This is just a little bit, and that it was much more graphic, if you will, and to bring that into these times. I can remember from the brief little sentence, if you were, a little moment in class, it was just like slavery was this, and that was it. It never went into detail, not even close to what these individuals had to suffer and go through.
And